Sheldon is going through some academic hardships in Germany, and the experience in Young Sheldon Season 7 somehow reveals the truth about the nature of his The Big Bang Theory friendships. In the vein of Friends and Seinfeld, co-creators Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady launched a sitcom that focused on the dynamic within a friend group with a twist. Most of the Pasadena gang members were deemed genius social outcasts who were into nerdy things. Not only did this separate itself from its predecessors, but it also made the most out of the rising geek culture of the late 2000s. Despite its prequel nature, Young Sheldon has been able to reference Sheldon and his life in The Big Bang Theory thanks to Jim Parsons' narration. The spin-off's events are told by the adult version of the character, allowing the series to bring in Amy and Howard. The Young Sheldon Season 2 finale also paid tribute to its parent series by debuting the young versions of the Pasadena Gang. Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 2, A Roulette Wheel and a Piano-Playing Dog, has a less-than-ideal revelation about Sheldon and his friends, particularly the real motivation behind his relationship with them. Young Sheldon reveals Sheldon's motivations for his TBDT friendships. Sheldon isn't doing well in Germany. Since Season 7 picked up not long after the events of the Young Sheldon Season 6 finale, Sheldon and Mary remain in Germany for the former study abroad program. While The Big Bang Theory had previously established his time in the country, the specifics of Sheldon's current trip are different from what he revealed in the nerd-centric sitcom. Instead of being a visiting professor, he's attending a summer program that would help him get into Caltech for post-graduation. Unfortunately, Sheldon is met with a new issue. He realizes that he isn't as smart as he thought he is. He almost decides to come back to Texas to save himself from further embarrassment. Sheldon struggles with this reality, but Dr. Linkletter suggests that it's helpful for him if he spends time with people with similar, if higher intellectual capabilities. This would explain why he chose his friends in The Big Bang Theory. Aside from already having strict qualifications for Leonard to be his roommate, he also kept Raj and Howard around because he thought he could learn from them. This means that as much as Leonard and the boys decided to stick around Sheldon after he saved them, Sheldon also chose to continue being friends with them. Based on Leonard's explanation of how he, Howard, and Raj became friends with Sheldon, the socially inept genius saved them from an experiment gone wrong. Knowing his tendencies, however, Sheldon could have continued keeping to himself and refused to hang out with the trio. As seen in Young Sheldon, Sheldon would rather be alone than be with people he doesn't want to be with. This means that as much as Leonard and the boys decided to stick around Sheldon after he saved them, Sheldon also chose to continue being friends with them. Otherwise, their friendship wouldn't have lasted that long. How the Pasadena Gang helped Sheldon hide his biggest insecurity. Sheldon didn't go to an Ivy League like most of his friends. Fast-tracking his time in high school in Young Sheldon Season 3, Sheldon was being recruited to multiple Ivy League institutions considering the level of his intellect. Being in Texas made him stand out, and that news reached those organizations. From the get-go, Mary was against the idea of sending her favorite kid out of state, so as a compromise, they decided to send Sheldon to a much nearer East Texas Tech for college. The revelation was a surprise, considering how much he made fun of his friends' undergraduate schools, such as Princeton and MIT. Because of Sheldon's genius and his arrogance, nobody questioned his undergraduate credentials within the Pasadena Gang. However, being a member of a friend group that was composed of scientists from notable academic institutions helped him get away with not revealing that he actually went to East Texas Tech for college and not some Ivy League university. It didn't even come up when he won the Nobel Prize in Physics at the end of The Big Bang Theory. Why Sheldon couldn't have succeeded without TBT's Pasadena Gang. Sheldon's friends were vital to his The Big Bang Theory success. Regardless of where Sheldon went for college, The Big Bang Theory repeatedly made it clear that he was the smartest member of the Pasadena Gang. That being said, he arguably couldn't have achieved everything he had in the show without the help of his friends, Even Penny, who was the least educated but most practical out of the bunch. Despite Sheldon's flaws, the group loved and supported him unconditionally. They were patient, caring, and even protective of him. If he didn't have such a strong support system after leaving Texas in young Sheldon, it's arguably unlikely that he would have been as successful.